What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another scooter video. Today we're up here at Joyce skate park, which is one of my all-time favorite skate parks here in Ohio. I filmed a really sick edit here, oh my gosh, probably like 6 years ago, and my goal today was to come back and just kind of relive some of those memories, do some of the tricks from that edit, and have some fun, like, you know, like kind of like see the clip, reenact the clip. But plans changed. We got a butt ton of snow here, and the whole park is completely covered in snow. Change plans, big old change plans here. I want to look back at my old edit that I made like I said before, like 6 years ago, and I just want to watch the videos and just kind of talk about it and kind of voice over and maybe give you guys my train of thought while I was trying some of the tricks in that edit. It was one of my favorite edits I ever made, actually one of the first edits I ever made for this channel. So if you guys are an OG, watch from all the way back there, hit that like button so I know that you guys have been around for that long. Anyways, on to the video. You already know I gotta ride at least a pinch before we actually dive into the edit because we're already here. I haven't touched my scooter in so long. So let's get a little mini line on the half pipe, just one, and then we'll actually dive into the video. We gotta start things off with a flare. Yeah, well, let's go. Let's get a whip to can plant. Let's get a whip bar. Whip to bar. And what else we wanna do? Can we do a whip turn down? That's a tiny guy. Under blunt. Fake it, fake it, fake it, kill. All right. That's one line out of the way. All right, let's find this edit now. Let's type in Chase Ross Joyce skate park. And what do you know? It's the first video that pops up. Oh, correction. This was 7 years ago. That's insane. Hold on. Let me turn this off at 2 times speed because we're not trying to do that now. Oh, I also... Sorry, I did keep stopping the video. I just remembered. I actually can't play the song in the video. Young me did not understand what copyright was. Alright, I'm making an executive decision here. I'm actually going to go ahead and play this edit with the original sound that I used, which is copyrighted. So that means I will not be running ads on this YouTube video, so I won't make my $2 on this one. That's okay. But if you guys do want to actually support me and help fund the YouTube channel, you guys can go to rapsproscooters.com. You guys can pick up scooters just like this one right here, or, you know, bars like that over there, or titanium bars. You know, we make some pretty solid parts. Alright, I've been riding for like the past, well, almost like 7 years, basically right when this edit came out. I started Rapture right after that. Anyways, that's besides the point. We're not running ads on the video, so do me a favor, go over to rapsproscooters.com, snag a part or two, help support the channel and keep it growing. But now, I'm actually gonna go ahead and play the edit from the beginning. It's only like a 40-second edit, it was so fast. So we're gonna go ahead and play it, and then I'm gonna give my little review on it trick by trick. Starting things off, got a nice little lens flicker there, and oh, backflip over the bank. That was a gnarly one. This was actually my first bank to bank that I ever flipped, and it's really a good one for it too because it's nice and steep. It allowed me to get the proper pop I needed to get my first one out of the way, and then it allowed me to get on to smaller and smaller ones from then on in life. But this one had a perfect run up. Let's go down this little waterfall right here, and then it lines me up so good just to hit that proper flip. And I was really pumped on that one too because being my first one, I was so nervous, but I got the proper kick up that literally, like, it boosted me so high in the air, and I popped it. I didn't even have to worry about hitting my head on it, and we just kind of coasted into this quarter pipe. And now we're ready for the next trick on this edit, and I remember it like it was yesterday. My dude James was here, so it was kind of like more of like a combo edit between the two of us. And basically what we were doing is we were hitting this hip right here. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he is a regular rider and I'm a goofy rider. Yeah, that's right, he's a regular rider. Your boy's a goofy rider. So for him, it was a 270. He hit a Bry whip on it. I'm not for sure if that was his first one or not, but I remember him being pretty pumped the day he landed it. And then I was like, all right, let's get something cool on here next. So I came down to this smaller bank over here, and this one was actually my very first whip front scoot whip. But I've done a lot of whip front scoots, but never have I ever done a whip front scoot whip. So this was pretty cool and the perfect spot. Basically, it allowed me to get a ton of speed from over there on that quarter pipe. I rolled down, boosted this little 4-foot quarter pipe, and just landed in this nice little gradual bank. And it gave me just the perfect air time to sneak that extra whip in there. And then moving down from this literal bank right here, I remember doing this in a line. I did the whip front whip, and I drove right into that hip right there. I literally, for the first time, flipped that bank to bank, and then I came over here and flipped it like a hip right after. I know, kind of like poor choice of like selection of tricks. I kind of did the same tricks back to back, but that's okay. This was 7 years ago, and I was just pumped to be learning new learns left and right. So that was a new learn too, because I had never actually jumped over a hip like that, especially a bank hip, and actually flipped it. I remember it so clearly. I was really nervous. You know, when you guys get the nervous jitters, like it's the first time you ever try a new trick, especially when it's a flip trick, you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, especially with you know, an unsure amount of speed from a new trick that you also just learned. That's kind of like the thought process that I was feeling at the moment of that. But it was a good one, and I was pumped to get that done. Moving on now, we're going over here to James. And then moving on to the next trick here, we had I think that was a Bry deck grab over here on the other hip. Since he was a regular rider, the mirror image of this right here would be this hip. So he came over here and he was like, all right, let's get something cool on this one. And that was a good one. It was super sick. These hips are really cool. It's actually, this whole park is really sweet. It's a mirror of each other. So like if you can do anything on this side of the park over here, you can do the exact same thing on this side of the park, and then it kind of leads you into this box jump and this little mini half pipe. So if you guys have never been to Joyce, you definitely should check it out. I think you'd like it. But moving on to the next trick on this list now. This is a biggie, like a really, really big. It's the first time I ever landed this trick. This whole video is actually a whole bunch of like new learns, so that's why I was like just super pumped to even post it. We got my first 900. And it was fly out, so, you know, don't hate, but like, it was pretty cool. This is like a really solid, just fly out. It's such a big quarter pipe. It's like 6 foot tall, and it just launched me so good. I remember because I was filming my technology video at Ohio Dreams, back when it was Ohio Dreams, for now it's Stoke Run. But I was filming that video, and the one trick I forgot to do on the entire list was a 900, and I was so bummed, because I was like, I just filmed this entire Ohio Dreams technology video and I left out one trick. It was on purpose. I would have sent it till I landed at that park, but I completely forgot. And literally like within like 2 days after filming that, I was like, come in here, and I did it. I actually think I got it like within like 2 or 3 tries too, so I was really hyped on that. And then we're coming back to James, hitting a nice 450 Bry. Let me watch that again. That was a super cool one here. He was working on some spin tricks. I was working on some spin tricks just before, and we were really feeding off each other that day. So that's always the best thing too, when you're around with someone. You get to like work off each other on the next tricks. You get, I think, like progress each other. That's the best. But then moving on to the next trick now. Beyond pumped on this one. This is actually a trick that I don't ever do and haven't probably done since like 4 or 5 years ago. So pumped to get this one done in this video. This was actually my very first nothing front scooter flip, and it was over a box. Not fly out. I know a lot of you guys like that trick fly out or on resi, but no, we don't have a lot of resi around here. And this box is not a super easy one. It's only like a 4, maybe like a 5 foot top deck, so it's really short, and it really launches you straight up in the air. So as far as like trying this trick out of, if I'd like hit the lip wrong and try to like release that front wheel, it would like turn the bars almost every single time. So I have like, probably no joke, 20 clips of me just like tossing my scooter and like having it get completely wrecked the entire time. But let me actually go over here to this box to show you guys. Now, like, disregard all the snow, but you guys can kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about here. It's nice and steep, and it has a relatively nice landing, but that was my first nothing front scoot on that box, and actually nothing front scoot in general. So it got caught on my feet a couple times too, which is like death. If you've ever seen this trick in person, you know how scary it is when you miss the bar and it just like catches you, and then you like start face planting. Not fun at all. But jumping back into the edit now. I've got a kickless late whip over this box. Man, I was like, I don't know what my shoulders were doing back then. Like I had like some Iron Man shoulders or something, because nowadays that trick just kills me. My shoulders don't like kicklesses too much. I still can do them pretty much every time, but man, I don't choose to do them, that's for sure. But this was a perfect box for it, like I said before, because of how high this actually kicks you up. It was just the perfect step to like launch it back and forth, and then land into the landing. I also hadn't really done too many late whips out of a kickless, so that might have been my first one, maybe my second one ever, but I was really pushing myself that day. And I remember just landing that trick feeling so exhausted, but completely satisfied with like ripping it and rolling away from that. That was also just after I landed the nothing front scoot. Actually, this whole day is actually chronological order. So from the start of the video, that's basically how the start of the day started. We came out here, got a couple clips, and each clip I built off of the next one. I was like, all right, I'm just amped to do the next trick. But jumping back into the video now. This is a terrifying one, actually. I came up over here on this ledge right here and did a flip drop. Flip drops are honestly a scary trick. Well, you guys know that if you guys have ever seen someone do a flip drop, or if you ever tried one yourself. If you catch that pop wrong, you're like laying on your head, or you like side checking the ground. I did side check the ground really, really hard on this one, just because it was a weird approach. Here, let me just go over there and show you guys. Basically, I like started like right about here, and then at the last second kind of curved it and popped it into this bank right here. Now this is honestly probably the smallest flip drop I've done, not to date, but just as of 7 years ago. That was my smallest one. Only like a little 2-foot lip there and 2-foot ledge there into the bank. So pretty pumped on getting that done back then. I even had a little bit of a speed wobble on it, but I filmed it twice, so that means I did land it twice, and I was like, that's the banger of the video. We're not gonna one up that, honestly. So I remember finishing the day pretty satisfied. I think after that we went to like Skyline Chill or something, like celebrated like our legitimate edit that we just put together, and that was such a fun time. And I hope you guys have been around on the channel long enough to actually see that video. If you guys have, definitely hit that thumbs up button so I know that you guys have been here long enough to actually see that. But this was pretty fun, actually. If you guys want to see a specific edit, because I've had a few edits over the years, comment which edit you guys want me to do a review or slash like talk over, and I'll get it done, because I had so much fun watching my old video back and just remembering all the good times that I used to have when I was younger. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to give me a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button if you guys are not yet subscribed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.